Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I will be showing you how to make a playable boss like Thanos in Fortnite Creative. So over here we've got our infinity gauntlet thing in the item spawner. It can also be a button, just whatever you want. Pick it up, we come over here, that's part of the optional thing, I'll explain it in a second. And then we become Thanos. Yeah, and then if you want them to not have Thanos anymore when they die, you can add a second class figure, and then once they die, it will send an event or something, and then they will do this. Yeah. Now I will show you how to create it. So here are our required devices. We've got the damage amplifier powerup, class selector, class designer, and item spawner. You want to pick an item that takes up one of these slots up here. I wouldn't recommend doing ammo or build stuff. And then you want to copy these settings. So spawn item on timer, on, instant, respawn item, unless you want multiple people to get it, that will be off. Oh, can you focus please, camera? It's not focusing, sorry. Items respawn, there's a set you can turn off as well. Random spawns off. Base visible during game, I would recommend having it off. Spawn item on timer on, instant, unless you want it to spawn after a certain amount of time. Respawn item on timer off. Wood cost of item, all of that stuff you don't really bother with. Yeah, and anything under the respawn item on timer, just don't bother with. Then if you go over to the events category, you want to select it into your first class selector if you want to in the optional area. First class selector to change it to the class. And then you come over here, the class designer. You just want to make sure your class identifier matches with the class inside of your class selector. And then put whatever health you want on, movement multiplier, whatever you want on, gravity, spawn limit. This is also how people do superpowers in them box fight maps. They use this. Yeah, equip branching items, whatever, visible during game. No. Start with pickaxe, whatever you want. You can literally do whatever you want for here. Put any settings you want that fit your game. And then we'll go over to the class selector. And settings I've got on are just really nothing. I've literally just changed the class to switch to. And if we go to the damage amplifier power up, you can change the damage multiplier to whatever you want. Infinite effect duration, yes. Respawn, no. Unless you want multiple people to be able to become the thing again. Ambient audio, do whatever you want. Infinite effect duration, I've already said that. Spawn on minigame start, yes. Pick up audio on, whatever you want. Apply to yep. Resists on elimination, unless you want the person to keep the boss when they die, put that on. But if you don't want them to, keep it on off. Effects all, and then pick up when receiving from the first class selector on class switch, and then you just want to hide that somewhere so players can't pick it up. Personally just put mine under the map. And then also you want to hide your class selector. I'm sorry if you can hear that dog barking outside my room. All the noise happens when I'm trying to create my YouTube video. Yeah, it doesn't really matter if you hide these or not, but they're all of the required settings. Then there is the optional ones, the barrier, which you will put in the air if you have made it. There's settings in here, you put it to whatever depth height you want, but make sure the height is minimal, and it is invisible. And then, yeah, I think that's all I've changed. And then disable when receiving from the timer device on success. Go down. And then if we come back over here, we've got the teleporter that will also go into the sky. It'll go on top of your barrier device, just like so. And then settings in the teleporter are teleporter group none, teleporter invisible, no. Visual effects, no. Play sound effects, no. And then that's all I've changed. You can turn skydive after teleport to yes if you're going to have no barrier there. But yeah, that's really it. And then I have made it so it teleports when the class selector has been switched. Like the class is switched. And then you will need the timer device. Make sure this is on however long you want the barrier to last for up in the sky. Countdown, yeah, all of that stuff. Start a game, start off, can interact, no. And then visible during game, hidden, timer color, whatever. Show on HUD, no. And then I've got it to start when the class is switched from the first class selector. And then elimination manager. Also, this is cool because if you want like that player to die and other people to be able to pick up like the Thanos items, you would have to make it so keep inventories on, but put whatever you put in there into there, and then you would do on item picked up, send to that first class selector in the class. On eliminated, send a class selector to change player to class. And then selected class, only class 1 will be able to be affected by that. And then you don't have to change anything else. And then in this class selector, class is changed to any class as long as it's not the same class as the first class selector. Team to switch to, and then nothing, no team. And then there's all of that stuff. So my recording had just ended there, sorry about it. Yeah, all of that stuff, and then change player to class when elimination manager on player eliminated. So now I will show you what it does. So I'll start with the game. Also, if you like this content, make sure to like, subscribe, do all that stuff, share with your friends. So come over here, we have our Thanos thing, pick it up, you get teleported up here. That word doesn't exist. Yeah, get teleported and then eventually fall down. Oh crap. Oops. Yeah. Make sure your fall damage is off, by the way. If you want to do that, either allow that class to glider redeploy or make it so fall damage is off for them. If we go through here, it's not working. Wait, I know the problem. I will be right back when I fix the problem. Yeah, there you go. Because I accidentally changed the setting in the class selector to class 2. But there we go, it should work now. Sorry about that, by the way, that was a bit weird. Also, let me turn glider redeploy on, because I don't want to die. Glider redeploy is already on. Yeah, right then. So now I will show you what actually will happen. That's going in there, bloopers. If you want me to make a blooper channel, by the way, I would gladly do that. Just comment below, like the video. 10 likes and we'll do it. 10 likes and we'll do the blooper channel. But we get this, we teleport up in the sky. As you can see down there, our health has changed. The health that we selected, and then after 10 seconds, because that's what you can set the timer to whatever you want, minus 10 seconds. And I'll deploy glider so I don't die. And as you can see here, I've got the power up, and then I'll have the rest of the things. I can't show it here But if I were to die, I would then just go over like the device. I would die, then it would send an event to this one, and I would lose my powers, and also the damage amplifier would be gone. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and as always, I will see you all in the next one.